While working in PS Imago Pro, it often happens that we want to further analyze or visualize certain information received in the output window. In many cases, the procedures in the dialog boxes allow for appending the newly received information to the dataset. However, sometimes this is not possible in a given procedure. For example, if we wanted to compare and present regression coefficients on a chart, we would have to copy data from the report, which is in the regression coefficients table, into a new dataset. In this presentation, we will see how to obtain a dataset with coefficients without manual copying. We will use the cars dataset, which contains information about car brands and models, as well as additional information about their engine capacity, mileage, age, and current price. Before we proceed to the regression analysis, we need to define a task using the Output Management System, OMS. Let's go to the OMS control panel. To do this, select Utilities from the menu and then OMS Control Panel. In the newly opened window, the user can define many settings. First, it is important to specify the type of results to be saved to an external file. As you can see, this layout corresponds to the elements available in the output window on the left side. In our case, choose the type Tables. Next, we need to specify the command identifier. If we are interested in regression, we need to find this command on the list. If it were frequency tables, we would find the corresponding command. Let's find the regression command identifier and select it. After selecting it, we see the elements that can be exported on the right side. To export only the regression coefficients, select the coefficients element. The next important step is to specify the output file. You can indicate the path of the output file, or export the data to a new dataset so that the dataset is opened after the task is completed. Additionally, if you select the Save path, you can choose the type of output file through the Options button. For example, it can be a SAV, HTML, XML, Word, or Excel file, among others. In our example, we are interested in a new dataset, so select the new dataset and name it Coefficients. Finally, using the checkbox below, you can decide whether the results should be excluded from Viewer or not. Let's leave this option unchecked. At this point, our task is ready. Click Add. The newly defined task appears above in the task list. In one session, you can define multiple tasks. For example, we could now add a task that simultaneously exports regression analysis result tables to a Word file. Our task is ready, so click OK and we can proceed to the regression analysis. Finally, we get a summary of all tasks and their statuses. Additionally, note the hint that appeared. The tasks will be active only during the current program session. To create the output file, you will need to complete the task, but more on that later. Click OK. Now, when performing the regression analysis, data from the coefficients table will be selected from each subsequent procedure to be saved to the dataset after the task is completed. Let's proceed to the regression analysis. From the Analysis menu, select Regression and then Linear. In the newly opened window, select the variable price as the dependent variable and capacity, mileage, and years as the independent variables. For our example, simply click OK. As a result, we see that we received the regression analysis results in the output window, but we have not yet received a dataset. This is because we could be performing further analyses, and interrupting the OMS process now would not provide all the results in the new dataset. Go back to the regression analysis window using the Recent button and remove the capacity variable from the dependent variables, and click OK. We performed the regression twice and received two coefficients tables, so we expect the new dataset to contain data from both tables. To verify this, let's complete the active OMS task. From the Utilities menu, select OMS Control Panel. We see that we currently have one active task. To complete it, select it and click End, which will finish the specified task. Clicking End All will finish all tasks and create the files defined in the tasks. Click End All, then click OK in the summary. At this point, we have received a dataset containing data from the coefficients table. In the same way, we can transfer other elements from the output window to a dataset or an external file. Remember, to receive output files using OMS, the task must be defined before performing the analyses. Now we can analyze the results obtained in this form.